Sun's out, guns out, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom.
I see you over there, Daddy.
And grill's out.
Hey, yeah, the grill is out. I mean, we're not talking about barbecue. A literal griddle is standing next to us. Well, placed next to us, not standing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Piping hot.
welcome to another episode of Talking Trends for Wednesday, August 29th.
Yes. Hump day.
Hump day. We were supposed to do the pancake cook-off yesterday, but
Scheduling conflicts
happened.
Yeah.
And we moved things forward to today.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
We roll with the punches, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we go for that knockout.
Yeah.
Anyway, so on today's show, my friend Tony will be cooking for myself and for you guys for your cooking pleasure and for your viewing pleasure.
Yes.
And to top things off, we set up the griddle cam right here. Look at that. You can see Tony, and there you go. That's great.
So you can get all the scooping action.
Yeah.
You watch my scoop and wrist action.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
You gotta watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in to Talking Trends, myself and Tony find interesting news articles from across the globe, and we bring them to the comforts of your home or wherever you may be listening to this.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of podcasts, this is done live. So everybody in the chat, we want to hear your comments and opinions and your thoughts on the stories that we're going to be covering.
Yeah, let's do that.
And you may be wondering what stories we're going to be talking about today.
What it is.
Well, first off, Louis C.K. has returned to stand-up since the misconduct.
Yes, the alleged misconduct of what happened.
He admitted to it, so it's not even alleged anymore.
Sorry, my bad.
So it's just misconduct.
Yeah, he's back, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
He's on stage again.
Yeah. Up next, monkeying it up. I personally haven't heard of this saying.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Vincent, one of our
saw that.
He put it up, and I was like, man, I've never actually heard of this saying. So I haven't heard of it before, but it's not good when you say it in the political world. It's racist.
Very.
Yeah.
Speaking of waffles and pancakes,
Yeah.
there was a little argument at a Waffle House in Memphis where two employees got in a fight over who would do the dishes.
Oh. How can you argue over in a dessert place? Such a happy place.
You would think, right? But they did. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have the video that shows it all. And finally,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, and finally, marriage, the ultimate sacrifice of a relationship. I haven't, me personally, I haven't been tricked into marriage, but you're going to be talking about a little story where apparently someone has.
You may have felt you were tricked into marriage. But this was an actual scam, this person had no idea they were getting married for real.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll let you know how that went down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, of course, before starting today's show off, we'd like to wish anybody out there a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, your friends, family, anybody celebrating more life and more life to you.
Shouts out.
And before we get today's show started, we like to wish our celebrity friends a happy birthday. Michael Jackson, happy birthday to you, sir. 60th birthday.
The ultimate king of pop, always and will be.
Sorry, he would have been 60.
Yes, would have been 60, of course.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
And happy birthday to Dante Basque. For those who don't know.
You better know. You know.
I know. But you guys probably know him as Rufio.
If you haven't watched the movie Hook, you need to go watch that today. And yeah, Rufio, one of the Lost Boys.
Yes.
One of the key characters in this movie, man. Like, Rufio's awesome. Big red mohawk he had, skateboarding.
He was cool, man.
He was on point.
Yeah.
And he still looks like he's 15, like in this picture. So he's 43.
Yeah.
Rufio, man. Doing it up.
Doing it up big.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's ease. What time do you figure you're going to start this cooking session?
I will start.
Midway?
Who's doing first story?
I'm doing first story.
So I'll do it. You kick off your first story.
Okay.
I'll start doing that.
Okay.
And then we'll check on it.
Okay.
Because really, you got to lay it out, put the ingredients, and let it do its thing.
Yeah,
so I'll start when you start your story.
Okay.
What's your first story? What was that story
The
again?
Louis C.K.
Oh, that's a great time to do pancakes.
Right? I even have a pancake
Yeah.
music if you want me to start playing
yes, that would be
now.
great, yes.
You want me to start playing the pancake
Why
music?
not? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, give me a
How
second.
good is this music?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, let's do that.
All right. So
I like that. Very, very cooking-esque.
yeah.
We got to start a segment here.
It's like a hey.
Well, let's get into, speaking of butter, Louis C.K.
Okay. This is so
May not be.
ridiculous. Anyways, guys. Up first, Louis C.K. Is performing his first stand-up since his misconduct. Louis C.K., the comedian and filmmaker who retreated from the limelight last year, was after being actually admitting to sexual conduct, has returned to the stand-up stage as of last Sunday. He made an announcement. You know what? I gotta I'm sorry. I just gotta watch this. This is too crazy. Hold on, guys. Look at this.
You can't get into it?
It's so hard because there's so much going on right here. Yeah.
There's gotta be a lot going on, bro. You gotta do it up like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those listening to the audio, Tony is putting down some pancake batter on the griddle. We got the pancake cam on and the pancake music in the background. Okay, maybe now I could do it. I just needed to get that out the way.
You're good now.
I'm good now. Maybe I just got to stop the music for a bit.
Maybe the music's throwing you off.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's do this story again. So, ladies and gentlemen, Louis C.K., the comedian and filmmaker who was retreated from the limelight last year, has returned to the stand-up stage on Sunday. He made an unannounced appearance on the famed Comedy Cellar, New York's Greenwich Village, late Sunday, receiving an ovation before he launched into a set, said the club owner. The club owner also said Louis C.K. riffed on such topics as racism, waitresses' tips, parades, but, of course, he did not address the misconduct claims or the Me Too movement. It was just like regular Louis C.K., the club owner told NBC. He quickly talked about quirky things and stuff that he found funny. So for those who don't know or remember, 5 women accused Louis C.K. of inappropriate sexual conduct dating back to more than a decade, including 2 comedians who claim he touched himself in front of them in a Colorado hotel in 2002. Quite the move.
Not a good move.
Not the best
He
move.
was one of the. I think he was one of the. He was near the end. I think when all the conducts were coming out. That was one very particular conduct in the hotel. What was going on, and he was one of the only ones that admitted it.
He did.
He came right. He was like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, which I kind of
like was a normal thing.
Yeah,
he didn't care.
So I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I propose a question to you: that is this too late? Or sorry, is this too soon? Do you think he came back a little too soon?
I think a lot of people think that. The difference is, though, like I said, he admitted it. That's the difference. He's not in denial. Mm-hmm. So are you able to admit it and then kind of you can move on past it? Or, like you said, is it too soon? Does he need more time to go get help or reflect? He doesn't think he needs help. He obviously doesn't. Right? He thinks he didn't do anything wrong.
No, I think he
or
knows.
Does he think that
I think he knows that he did something wrong. But here's another thought I was thinking where it's kind of hard to say if he came back too soon, if people are going to purchase his tickets and go see him. Like, I guarantee you, if he came here and said he was doing a show, people would go see him. I doubt there would be a huge boycott. Well, there probably would be a boycott, but along with the boycott, there will be people that will go see him.
I think there will definitely be people that will go see him, but you know what, man? I think it depends on the city.
Yeah.
Like, we know here it's very conservative.
Yes.
We've had acts be turned away. I don't want to mention any names.
Yes.
But because of behavior that they've had, whether they were found guilty or not and they've moved on with their lives, people don't seem to be able to see past certain things.
Yeah.
This is one of those things I think that people may have a problem with. I think some people would have a problem with this.
I think so too. I mean, there was a couple people who did chime in, I believe, on Twitter. I can't remember their tweets, but I mean, the club owner said it was a very difficult position standing between a person and his livelihood. That's what the club owner said. But I mean, in this case, I think Louis C.K., if that were the case, I mean, yeah, it is his livelihood, but I think he probably has enough money to call it quits for.
I think he's okay, but whether he's done everything he wants to do in his career or not, that's a whole other thing. It's not always about money, right?
No.
So these guys want to accomplish certain things in their lives. Although, listen, he's done a lot. Toured the world. He had a show on, I think it was HBO.
Yeah.
And he's so many stand-up comedy specials that he's had. So he's done a lot.
Yes, he has.
In a career of a comedian, you probably couldn't ask for much more.
No, exactly.
But can you dismiss one thing because of another?
No.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's the thing.
Right? So, I don't know. Is he being charged with anything? Or was he already charged and now he's waiting for... I don't know what's happening.
I'm not
there,
sure what's really going on with that.
So,
well...
but anyway, is it too soon? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's too soon?
Me personally, yes. I think again, I think people can. Well, in his situation, he can grow to learn to treat people who come see him much better. In this case, women. I think it's a little too soon because it hasn't even been a year yet.
No, it hasn't been a year. And the other thing is yeah, you're right. When you talk about women, I mean, how many women in comparison to guys would be at the show?
Yeah.
Right? Would there be a big difference there? I don't know. It's hard to say, man.
This is true.
People have a tendency to forgive certain things.
Well, look, I mean,
right?
There's so many celebrities that we've forgiven, and I mean, they're doing fine now. I mean, the person that comes to mind the most is Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Yeah, number one, and you know. That was one of the first things, too, when we talked about shows that were supposed to come and didn't. That was one of them that was supposed to come and didn't because of public, protest.
Yes.
So this, I think, could happen. The same thing. I don't know. Not as big as it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it's as bad of a crime, but it wasn't as bad. He didn't beat somebody down.
No.
Different story. But
yes, way different story, but.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Too soon, maybe.
Are you guys wondering what the pancake cam is looking like? Well, here you go, guys. Here you go. Look at that. I don't know if they're ready to flip yet.
Take a look.
Ooh, maybe. No. Okay.
I'm going to need 60 more seconds.
Okay.
60 more seconds. We're good to go.
All right.
Put a little heat on that.
We could talk about your next story then.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah.
Why don't we get into the next story?
Okay.
What is my next story? Oh, yes. Speaking of heat, you want to be very careful.
Yes.
If you're in the political world, you got to watch every word you say.
Yes. And
every saying that you think may not be so effective as far as being bad or racist or whatever the case may be. I didn't really know about this saying myself, but it's brought to my attention that it's not good, not acceptable. Florida Republican gubernatorial candidate Ron DeSantis is being criticized after saying his Democratic opponent, Andrew Gillum, who, quote, monkey this up if elected. Gillum would be Florida's first black governor. So Ron says he appeared on Fox News, America's Newsroom Wednesday morning.
That adds a different context to it.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing, right? He called the Tallahassee mayor charismatic, but he said it's too far to the left. Gillum ran on several progressive policies, including gun reform, gay rights, and universal health care. Quote, the last thing we need to do is monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda with huge tax increases and bankrupting the state. That's not going to work. That's not going to be good for Florida. Now, along those same lines, when he said it, he didn't stutter. He didn't correct himself. He didn't try to backpedal.
He stuck the landing is what you're saying.
He says, man, so either he did it because he kind of was like, I just said this and I got to keep going, otherwise it's going to look racist, right. Or he didn't realize what he said. I don't know. Either way, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, and that's it. I just think, I mean,
have you heard of that expression?
I haven't, but I mean, generally when you're referring to other black people, you just want to keep animals just off the table, 100%. And especially as you're saying in the political arena, when you're trying to please everybody, you don't want to use reference to animals where, I mean, we've been compared to monkeys and the whole slew of things,
you gotta be, when it comes to, especially when you use the word monkey, you have a major problem.
So, and that thing, I mean, you got to take the L on this one. I didn't know the other guy was black, so it's just like, oh, God.
Well, I think if he wasn't, it wouldn't have mattered. Nobody would have even said anything.
No.
Right? Wouldn't even been a subject, but the fact that he is, and of course that adds a whole new thing. So I don't know what's going to happen with this guy. I mean, it's definitely a huge mark against him. Quote, at the end of the day, it was nothing more than an expression he was using in order to make a point that something was messed up or something were done or something that wasn't going to be done right, he said. So it was an expression. I've never heard of it, but he seems to think it's something pretty whatever.
Yeah. Again, leave it out of that political arena. Leave it out that arena in general. Well, it's flip time. Are you flipping?
It is.
Okay, we got to put the music back on, too. Here we go. Ooh, daddy. Look at that.
Right?
This is the dumbest podcast. Actually, guys, if you like this podcast, I mean, feel free to head over to the Facebook page and like Talking Trends. Subscribe to us on iTunes,
or is it the best podcast?
Or is it the most delicious?
Beer, you can smell it.
Yes,
it smells good.
Again, I think we're at the halfway point of the show.
We are, and a lot of questions about why we're cooking.
I mean, we could break it down.
It's all good, people. We're breaking it down. We were supposed to do it in the old studio. We were supposed to do it yesterday, and we said we're going to do it today. And also, we're trying to carve up. We got a big game today.
Yes, we do.
But speaking of people who cook all the time, Brandon just tuned in. But thank you guys for joining us today. Let's take a look who did join us today and who's in the house today. Lauren's in the house. Brian, DJ, IV in the house. Steph, Dio Gibson. Whoa, checking in.
Shouts out.
Julie's in the house. Kimberly from BC. Holly and Emmeline, who shot the video here last week, was awesome. Jeanette's in the house. Kathy's in the house. Big T Acker's in the house. Carrie also. Oh, it's sizzling. I was like, what's that noise?
I'm just getting the microphone close.
Okay.
For the people at home.
I was like, what's just happened here? Brandon Blades, Jamie Brown, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy, for your donation today as well for the school supplies. Appreciate that. Richard, and also we have, who else do we have? Eric's in the house. Tracy's in the house. A lot of people in the house today. And I think that's it. CJ's also in the house. I don't want to miss anybody here. Eric, I said Eric. All right, that's everybody, I think. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry.
Shouts out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. What are you trying to say? I think we should be cooking more often on a weekly basis.
I can't take the pressure.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
I got to wave people away who are bugging us.
It's all good. Anyway, to kick the second half of the show off.
Yes.
Speaking of pancakes and everything good associated with breakfast, we're going to talk about a situation that happened at a Memphis Waffle House, ladies and gentlemen. And don't worry, for those at home watching the show right now, we have that spectacular footage. And you may be wondering, what footage are you talking about, TK? Well,
what it is?
Memphis police are investigating a Waffle House fight caught on camera.
Okay.
Instead of customers, the fight was between two employees.
Now, there's enough waffles for everybody.
I'd say, right?
Come on.
It happened Sunday morning at the Waffle House on American Way. Video from the fight was posted to Facebook by Eric Cole and has since gone viral, shared more than 2,000 times.
Wow.
Witnesses say the two women started fighting over what? Doing the dishes. It took 4 guys to separate the two. So,
4 guys.
4 people to separate these.
Some battle.
This is like Mothra versus Godzilla. You know? Like the rumble in the jungle.
Isn't there a dishwasher in these places? Or they are the dishwashers?
You would think.
Yeah.
We'll get to
right.
the questions and thoughts when we watch the fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's some swears and some violent content coming up.
All right, watch out.
So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, yeah. You know it's going to go viral when the person says world star. I can't remember when the fight starts, but it starts fairly soon. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Violence at its finest. You know, you want to bring the family to a nice restaurant for some food, some good conversation. You want to wind down the crazy week that just was. And not only you get a fight included with your meal.
You got to get into it sometime.
And again, as you were saying, I'm not sure why these two were fighting. Guys, you work at a Waffle House. One of the jobs probably listed in your duties is probably washing some dishes.
Yeah, so they were arguing who was going to wash probably and who didn't want to wash.
I'm above that, Tony.
I got to go early. Can you wash them dishes for me?
I got to take care of my kids after this.
I got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you got to fight.
This is for what's right.
But one of the happiest places would be a Waffle House, I would imagine. I'd be very happy in a Waffle House. I'm assuming they get a major discount or maybe free waffles.
Yeah.
So listen, that's nothing to argue about.
I'd be like, I'm traumatized of what I just saw.
Yeah, me too.
I just saw 2 women going at it.
Especially in a family restaurant.
That's what I mean.
Can you imagine?
Hey, I think I definitely would come back every Sunday in hopes that would happen again.
No, it's not part of the menu.
Well, I think they should start.
Yeah.
They should highly consider that.
Home of the fighting dishwashers.
Yes. So I mean, I get maybe at all Waffle Houses now to prevent this, they should just hire a designated dishwasher. Is that too much to ask?
I would agree. But if they're both dishwashers and they just couldn't get, where's the manager?
It probably was one of the 4 guys trying to separate them.
Yeah, well, the manager's got to step in there.
Or someone that just should have been like, okay, guys, I'll do the damn dishes.
Who knew they were going to get into a big brawl, I guess. But
yeah.
Oh, well.
For those wondering how the pancakes are doing, I'll turn on the.
They're doing good.
The pancake cam.
They're doing all right. They're doing all right. They're doing their thing.
Oh, what's that, people? You want to hear the music too? Okay, cool.
Oh yes, of course. Let's do a quick check.
Oh yeah. Flip it the other way so the camera can see under it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, ooh, that little blueberry daddy. You got some blueberries? What is that? Chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip banana.
Banana? Oh, daddy. Oh, yeah. What is this podcast about? What is even going on here today, ladies and gentlemen?
Fact is, we're just actually just hungry.
We're hungry, and we figured it would be a good idea. Maybe we'll do this more often. We'll take some ideas from the audience, perhaps next week, what to cook. It can only be griddle appropriate, so don't expect any
we
meals
can't go crazy.
of grandeur.
Yeah, this ain't Martha Stewart or one of those things.
Yeah.
But it could be.
Yeah, it could be.
No, we have to carb up. We got a big game tonight, the finals.
Yes.
So we got to carb up.
Exactly.
That's what we'll tell ourselves.
Yeah. We actually have no game tonight.
No.
And we just want to eat pancakes.
That's all it is.
Finally wrapping up today's show, of course, marriage, the final frontier.
Yeah. And hopefully when you get married, you know you're getting married.
And to who?
That would be the key.
I would hope so.
You would think so. Not to everybody.
No.
21-year-old Hong Kong woman.
21 Savage.
21 Savage.
21 Savage.
Said that she was tricked into marrying a complete stranger on the mainland while taking part in a mock wedding. The woman had said she was told that she had to play the role of a bride in a simulated wedding as a part of her training to be a wedding planner.
What?
Yeah, so right out the gate, that's kind of a little sketchy right away.
Okay.
During the ceremony, she and a man signed a genuine marriage certificate. Mm-hmm. She only realized that she was actually married after returning to Hong Kong, where she sought legal help. Legal police were unable to help due to the lack of evidence that a crime had taken place. So she approached the Hong Kong Federation of Trade Unions. Quote, "It's a form of marriage scam." Apparently, according to one of the directors there. "I feel disappointed, and I cannot believe it's even happening in modern Hong Kong." The 21-year-old, who was not named, of course, saw a listing on Facebook for a makeup artist apprenticeship. This is like, there's so many different jobs, I don't even know.
What? How do you?
You go from that to wedding planner to getting married. It makes no sense.
Listen, this must be the most out to space person.
Yeah, she just has no clue.
No clue. Oh, sign this, would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll take care of that later. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that.
Just a marriage
Whatever.
certificate.
Yeah.
She was given a week's worth of free training in Hong Kong and was told she needed to participate in a mock wedding in the Chinese province of Fuzhou to pass the course. In July, she signed a marriage application document in the local government center. According to South China Morning Post, the company told her that the marriage would be void afterwards. But after coming back to Hong Kong, one of her classmates convinced her that it was a scam. 21-year-old lady was taken advantage of while she knew nothing about the circumstances. The biggest loss is to have a marriage record, and it caused a psychological damage, of course, to her. Now, the reason I do this scam is because if you get married in this province, you're able to actually apply for residency there. So this is the whole scam. Each year, Hong Kong police see an average of 1,000 cross-border marriage scam cases. So
damn.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're able to get that marriage going on, and it's so the whole thing was a complete scam. The ad, the training, everything was a scam just to make sure this person could get into the province and be a resident.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I just think this person's out to lunch. I mean, it's usually that happens. You expect this story to kind of happen to like an older person. Because usually these scams are targeted towards them.
Yeah, I mean, usually these scams are not targeted towards young people because you just figure they know a little bit better. But,
yeah.
21-year-old, she didn't know any better. She is just trying to apply for a job that she really wants, takes the training, the whole thing, and then, it ends up being a complete scam. So be careful, people. Don't even fake marry somebody.
No.
You know what I mean? Even if it's in Vegas and even if Elvis is the guy doing the ceremony, you still may be married.
Yes.
Be very careful.
Yes.
Don't get married in Hong Kong.
Yes.
And don't answer that ad.
And don't get married in Vegas.
Yeah, poor girl. So right now she's married. So she's got to apply for divorce. She's got to do the whole thing and go through the whole procedure. But it will be on her record that she was divorced, that she had a divorce, the whole thing. But
that'd be a good thing to talk about on a first date.
Right?
How was your week? Let me tell you something.
I got married. I got divorced.
Well, I think the pancakes are done.
I think they're good to go. And we're almost done.
Yes, we are.
We got to go.
We got to go, ladies and gentlemen.
We got to eat.
Yep. But again, thank you very much for tuning in
Yeah.
to another episode of Talking Trends. We do this Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock.
As you see.
Again, thank you to everybody who donated to the supplies for school. Your boy was on CTV today.
I saw that.
Well, I
Making
guess
your
I was on it.
appearance.
I was on at 5 o'clock, so I haven't seen my performance yet.
You were on live at 5, but it wasn't live at 5.
Listen.
Because you were live here at 5.
Yes, I was.
All right.
Anyways, shouts out to everybody who's donated so far. Thank you
Yeah,
very much. The page is still up, so feel free to keep donating. And I will also come pick up physical school supplies tomorrow. I'll be making my rounds. So hit me up in the DM, and I'll make it happen.
Yes. We'll be back tomorrow.
Until then, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
And Friday, you're not in, right? You got something going on?
Yeah, I'll be out of town.
So no Friday, so make sure you tune in Thursday, tomorrow, to get your weekend fix.
Trash Thursdays.
That's it. Yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Tune in again.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.
Peace out.